Yeah, I've always liked maples, but there's always been a fascination with autumn colour. Which autumn colour is fine, and it is a fantastic thing on many of the Japanese maples. But we overlook spring colour sometimes, and many of these Japanese maples have fantastic drama in the spring. They are, well, why not take a look at some of the stock that's going to be available in the next year? Make up your own mind. The early spring colours of maple are wonderful. In the drive for autumn colour, fall colour as they call it in America, we sometimes lose sight of the range of spring colours. They're just starting to come into leaf now, and if we go down the lines of some of the plants that are going out for sale this year, we can see this is Aobo Joe, flared red on the edges of the leaves. Shirasawanium aureum, lime green. Aconitifolium, or the vine leaf maple. This little version of Ataria, Japonica Ataria, because the graft was from older wood, it's actually got some flowers on it. They're lovely. Aoyagi, green stems. Just like Senkaki has the red stems, Aoyagi has the green. Side by side they look lovely. Crimson Queen, probably one of the old favourites of the Cascade types. These were originally grafted from what's known as witches' brooms. They're not a specialist in any way though. Maybe 300-400 years ago somebody noticed a witch's broom. That's like, we sometimes think they're crow's nests in trees, but the growths are round. So you take a piece of a witch's broom and graft it onto a normal maple rootstock, and you get these lovely round cascading forms. Chitose Yama is almost brown. Look at that. Flavescens, another cascading form from a witch's broom, but this one is green. Filigree, with its lovely lace-like leaves. Can you see those? They're not fully out yet, but they are lovely. Some of these, like green Trompenberg, they almost look wilted, but they're not. They're just starting to come into leaf. This is one called Green Cascade. I'm going to be planting this one out as a stock plant. Hagoroma. And then you have the real linear foliage, thread-like almost. Sometimes it's, I think the Japanese translation is old harp strings. Look at that. It's just so delicate. Good autumn colour on this one. Koto Ito Kamachi. The straightforward palmatum aureum down in the bottom, as opposed to the japonicum or Shirasawanium aureum. A lovely plant. The range of colours in the spring is just wonderful. Look at the featheriness of this. This is a variety called ornatum. Like Crimson Queen, it's a real weeping form, cascade in form. Crispa. Okushimo is its Japanese name, but in England, or the English-speaking countries, we know it as Crispa. Dogs. Bane of my life. And there, Zalin, another cascade in form. So it's not always just about the autumn colour. It's about spring and how the colours blend from spring into summer. The shapes and the forms. Wo Nishiki. God knows what that means. And the Shishigashira, the lion's mane. Bright gold in the autumn, clear green through the summer. And the red stems of Senkaki. Wonderful. I just don't think it's hard to fall in love with maples in the spring. This is one called Kiyohime, Komachi Kiyohime. And again, it's a lovely spring coloured thing. Now, with a lot of Japanese maples, you'll see that there's dieback. You're always going to get that, not just because of our climate change, because it's just the nature of them. They go on growing right through until the first frosts. Years ago, and I know I go on about years ago, but years ago you used to get a good autumn where all the young growths at the end of summer used to toughen up. They used to harden up as you gradually went through the autumn. Now we tend to drag our summers on, and then bloody well get straight into frosts. So this young growth at the end doesn't harden up, it doesn't ripen, and consequently you get long pieces of grey wood. It isn't a problem. You can just go around in the spring when everything's coming out and you can see where the new growth is starting and just tidy them up. Just snap them off, cut them off if you want. Worth doing. But it ain't nothing to get all sort of like nervy about. Lovely, aren't they? Come on, old girl. She's had enough. And yeah, it's too hot for you. Old, daft and deaf. Go and sort Tucker out.